Hello friends, today we are going to work a flower. So in flower we are going to use popcorn stitch. So for that, let us start making popcorn stitch flower. So for that I'm going to chain 2 for base, chain 2. Okay, now from the very first chain we are going to work 8 times single crochet. So this first chain, this second chain or this chain will we are considering as our first single crochet. So insert your hook into this first chain and work single crochet. Again insert your hook into the same chain and work single crochet. This will be our second. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So in this way we have worked total 8 single crochet from the same chain stitch. So now to complete this first row of this flower we need to complete this row with slip stitch. So we are going to end this row. So now next we are going to use popcorn stitch to make a petal of flower. So for that chain 3, as we are going to use double crochet, so chain 3 and we are going to work double crochet. We are going to work double crochet from the same stitch from here for 4 times. So insert your hook from the same stitch and work double crochet 4 times from the same stitch. So 1, 2, 3, one more from the same stitch. Okay, so we have completed total 4 double crochets and these 3 chains. We are considering these 3 chains as a double crochet, so we need to work total 5 double crochet to complete our first popcorn stitch or first petal of this flower. So now we are going to insert our hook at the very first or beginning of this petal. So now I am going to insert my hook from the third chain, 1, 2, 3, and at this point. So at the starting of this petal I am going to insert my hook like this, and now just complete this first petal. Now hold this thread tightly and now we need to complete this stitch with a single chain. So chain 1 after combining this 5 double crochet. Okay, so this will be our first petal of this popcorn stitch. Now again we are going to work 5 double crochet from the next single crochet stitch of the first row. So from this stitch, from here we are going to work 5 times double crochet. So this will be our 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so 5 double crochets we have completed. Now next we need to complete this. So for that, insert your hook into the first, insert your hook into the first double crochet of this petal at this point. So insert your hook like this, and now I'm going to work slip stitch, and just complete this with a single chain. Okay, so here we have worked 2 popcorn stitch or 2 petals of this flower. So now next again I'm going to work from the next single crochet stitch of our first row. So I'm going to work 5 times double crochet from the same stitch. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So total 5 times I have worked double crochet. Now just combine this. So we need to insert our hook to the first double crochet of this stitch. So from the first double crochet at this point I'm going to insert my hook. So now just complete this with a slip stitch and then work single chain. Now again work 5 times double crochet from the next single chain stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 double crochet from the same single stitch, single crochet. So now I'm going to combine this. So for that, insert your hook to the very first double crochet stitch. Now I'm going to complete this with a slip stitch and just chain 1. Now again from the next single crochet I'm going to work 5 times double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I'm going to insert my hook to the very first double crochet stitch of this petal. So insert your hook at the starting point of the double crochet stitch and just complete this with a single with a slip stitch and just chain 1, and again work 5 more double crochets from the next single crochet stitch of previous row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 double crochets from the same single chain stitch of previous row. Now I'm going to complete this with a slip stitch. So for that, insert your hook into the very first double crochet or the starting point of this petal. So insert your hook at this point and work slip stitch chain 1 and continue with the same process till the end of this row. 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now just we are going to insert our hook to the beginning point of this petal, chain 1, and again we are 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5 6 7. We have total covered 7 petals, so only one is remaining. So now we are going to work from the last last single crochet stitch of our previous row. So 5 double crochet from this stitch, one more, okay, so 1 2 3 4, one more required. So again, okay, now we are going to complete this. So insert your hook at the starting point of this flower and work slip stitch, chain 1, and now we are going to complete this stitch. So we need to join this petal with the very first petal of our flower. So for that, insert your hook to the starting point of this petal. So here, like this. Okay, so chain. Okay, now again from here, between this space, so this first petal, first layer of petal we have completed. Now next we need to work our second petal row. So for that we need to work 2 popcorn stitch between these 2 popcorn stitch of previous row. So for that, chain 3 and work 5 times double crochet between this space of 2 popcorn stitch. So we are going to work 5 times double crochet. So this first 3 chains, we are considering this first 3 chain as a double crochet. So this will be our 4 and one more required, 5. So now we are going to finish this with a single chain with a slip stitch. Then we are going to work single chain. So just complete it with a slip stitch and just chain 1. Now again we are going to work double crochet 5 times between this space of 2 popcorn stitch. So between this space we are going to make 2 popcorn stitch. So for that we are going to work first popcorn stitch between this space. So it is tough to cover 10 double crochet. So we are going to cover first 5 double crochet for the first petal, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now at the beginning point, at the starting point of this double crochet, just insert your hook and complete this with a slip stitch and work single crochet. Now again we are going to make next popcorn stitch from the same space. So again I'm going to work 5 times double crochet 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now I'm going to insert my hook to the starting point of double crochet, this point, and just complete it with a slip stitch. Okay, and chain 1. So here I have worked 2 popcorn stitch from this space. So similarly we need to work 2 popcorn stitch from each of this space for the second layer of this flower. So now next I'm going to work from this space of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I'm going to complete this. So insert your hook at the starting point of this pattern and just complete it with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now again I'm going to make pattern from the same stitch, from the same space. So 1, 4 more double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 and last one 5. Now just insert your hook to the starting point of double crochet at this point and just work slip stitch. Okay, now chain 1 and continue. So from the next space, from this next space, from here again I'm going to make 2 times popcorn stitch for making 2 petals of flower. So for that, first 5 double crochet for first petal and next 5 double crochet from the same space for the second petal. So in this way you can continue your work for this row. So I have totally worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet. Now I'm going to insert my hook at the beginning part of this petal. I'm just going to complete it with a slip stitch and chain 1. Again 5 times double crochet from the same space. Three, 4 and 5. So here I have worked 5 double crochet. Now I'm going to insert my hook at the beginning part of this petal. So insert your hook at this point and work slip stitch, then chain 1. Now see the effect of this flower. So similarly we are going to repeat the same process. Now from next space between these 2 petals we are going to work 2 popcorn stitch from this space. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now insert your hook at the beginning point and just work slip stitch and chain 1. Again we are going to make petal from the same So chain work 5 times double crochet from the same space for making second petal. So here I have worked 1 2 3 4 double crochet, one more is required. Okay, so now I'm going to join this. So for that, insert your hook at the starting point from here and just work slip stitch and chain one. Okay, so in this way again I'm going to make next 2 petals from this space, then from this, and one from this. Okay, so here I have completed almost petals of this second row of this popcorn stitch flower. So here I have worked 2 popcorn stitch from the first row. Between this space, between each of this space I have worked 2 popcorn stitch petals, and now this is the end of this petal row, second petal row. So at the beginning point we have already created one popcorn stitch petal. So now I'm going to end with one more popcorn stitch petal from this space. So I'm going to work 5 times double crochet. So 4 and 5. Okay, now next 2 3 4 5. Now next insert your hook at the starting point of this petal and just work slip stitch and chain one. Now I'm going to end this with a beginning part of this row. So at the beginning part of this row we have worked 3 chains, 1 2 3. So out of these 3 chains I'm inserting my hook to the 3rd chain and work slip stitch. Okay, so chain 1 and I'm going to cut this thread. So here I have made beautiful flower using popcorn stitch. So now it is the time to hide this thread. So for that I'm going to insert hook from the any of stitch, then I'm going to hide this like this. So this is the finishing part of this flower. Okay, so almost this is the back side of our flower. Now you can also make flower from the wooden thread. So that flower you can use for assembling on purse, head, etc. Here I have already made 2 leaves. So